Hey guys, in today's video, we'll clearly understand one of the most important theoretical topics, species of classification. This is a 20 mark question, so we will cover definition, explanation, types, features, limitations, and examples, everything in a simple way. Library classification is the process of arranging books and information sources in a systematic order based on their subject. It divides the entire universe of knowledge into main classes, subclasses, further divisions. Different classification systems were developed over time. However, these systems are not all the same. They differ in how they organize subjects and how flexible they are. To understand these differences, S.R. Ranganathan introduced the concept of species of classification. Let us understand the meaning of the term species. Species means a group of things that share common characteristics. So, in library classification, species of classification means grouping classification systems based on their common features such as structure, flexibility, method of organizing subjects. In simple words, it tells us what type of classification system we are using. According to Ranganathan, there are six species of classification: purely enumerative, almost faceted, fully but rigidly faceted, almost freely faceted. These six types show how classification systems evolved from rigid to flexible. If we observe carefully, classification systems moved from listing everything in advance to building subjects dynamically. That means from enumerative to faceted, from faceted to freely faceted. This is the key idea behind the entire topic. Let us start with the first type, purely enumerative classification. In this system, all subjects are listed in advance and each subject is given a ready-made class number. So, the classifier does not need to create anything. Everything is already provided. Features are single large schedule, ready-made class numbers, no need to combine subjects. Limitations: cannot easily include new subjects, very bulky, does not show relationships between subjects. Examples are Library of Congress classification, Riders International classification. So, this system is simple but very rigid. Next is almost enumerative classification. This system is similar to purely enumerative, but it introduces a small improvement. Here, most subjects are already listed, but some new subjects can be created using additional tables. Features are large pre-listed schedule, limited flexibility, some use of synthesis. Example, we have Dewey Decimal Classification. So, compared to purely enumerative, this system is slightly more flexible. Now comes the most important concept, faceted classification. Instead of listing subjects completely, this system breaks a subject into smaller parts called facets. Then, these parts are combined to form a full subject. Example, let us take design in electrical engineering. We can break it into engineering, electrical, design, then combine them to represent the full subject. Features are highly flexible, allows new subjects, provides precise classification, and it is future oriented. This method is also called Analytico-Synthetic Classification because first we analyze, then we synthesize. This is a major improvement over enumerative systems. Almost faceted classification combines both methods. It lists many subjects but also allow some synthesis. Example: Universal Decimal Classification, Bibliographic Classification. So, it is a transition stage between enumerative and fully faceted systems. In this type of fully but rigidly faceted, subjects are broken into facets, but there is a fixed rule for combining them. Even if a particular facet is not needed, it must still be shown. The limitation is it creates unnecessary complexity. And example, early column classification. So it is faceted but still rigid. Coming to almost freely faceted, this system improves flexibility. Different symbols are used and some freedom is given to the classifier. Example, column classification additions 4 to 6. So, rigidity is reduced but not completely removed. And the freely faceted, this is the most advanced classification system. There is no fixed formula, only the required facets are used, and the features are fully flexible, logical, and principle based, easily accommodates new subjects. Example, colon classification edition 7. This represents the highest stage of development. Coming to Analytico-Synthetic, in this approach, the subject is first analyzed into parts, then those parts are combined. This ensures accurate and detailed classification. To conclude, species of classification help us understand how classification systems evolved from rigid listing methods to flexible dynamic systems. Among all, freely faceted classification is considered the most advanced. This concept is extremely important for both examinations and practical library work. Thank you for watching.